as a comedian, right? It's interesting to me how, comedy is a very integral part of society.
Sure.
It always has been, right? And when you look at a snapshot of society, you could say that, well, comedy has no rules. You could say whatever you want. But the type of comedy that was done in the 80s, for example, like Eddie Murphy,
Sure,
the faggot-ass faggot
right,
type stuff, you can't really say that today.
Sure, you can.
Remember how Tracy Morgan said that if his son was gay, he would kill him or something like that?
Tracy Morgan is an example of society trying to bring us to heal. And I think there has to be a place where you go to hear something profane and profound that isn't... Listen, when I do a show, I am doing that show for those people who paid to see that, right? Mm-hmm. So if you tape that show and show it to somebody who wasn't there, they don't see the whole night, They don't see what happened, it's what? Out of context.
Right.
I'm not going to explain a joke I told to somebody else to you. You get it or don't get it. And literally, fuck you if you can't take a joke. I don't subscribe to those societal norms because I know you don't. What you want is a trophy and a notch on your belt as opposed to making society better. And comedy has always made society better. From Mark Twain to Lenny Bruce to Dick Gregory, the society has always held a mirror up. Comedy has always held a mirror up to society. And they haven't it's funny now. It's like a fat dude looking in the mirror and being mad at the mirror because he's fat.
Right, because I had Lavelle Crawford on my show. He talked about how his dad was gay.
I didn't know that.
Right. It's out there now. So.
Right.
And, he kind of talked about being scared of the gay mafia, and he was saying how...
Try pussy for first years. Try pussy out. Young ladies, try a dick out. You're going to find a good dick out there. Try one before your ass start wanting to, eat a pussy. I don't even know how women want to be gay because, I can't be gay because, I love hot dogs, but I eat it in the middle.
You eat it in the middle.
I never eat it. I never go straight in. I eat it like a sandwich because I don't want. But I'm not being mean to homosexuality. Because they like I said, that mafia out there. This world, they didn't make this politically correct shit where you start accepting things that ain't acceptable. We haven't learned to live with each other as people.
Yeah.
Now you want to throw this shit on top of it. So I got to look at this guy over here switching his ass, wearing lipstick and shit, and I got to go through that shit. I mean, back in the day, homosexuals gay, we laughed about it, we moved on. They was comfortable, they were strong enough to, if you gay, you get fucked with just like anybody else.
And the backlash was intense.
I don't care.
He had to make a statement and somewhat apologize and so forth.
Why would I apologize to you for telling a joke?
That's how I look at it.
I'm not going to... I remember when I did this thing about Caitlyn Jenner and everybody got mad at me. Listen, I don't really give a shit about you and what you think is funny. You could say, well, you ain't funny no way. Well, you know what? Maybe. But I've been doing okay for 30 years.
Yeah.
Your assessment of what you think of me is not my business. I'm going to do comedy the way I do it until people don't pay me to do it anymore.
Pretty much. As long as people are paying
I would tell you to suck my dick, but you're gay, and that would be weird. So I don't care. I care that I'm a natural human being, and I naturally would have. But I'm not gonna let you bully me into we do this thing on our radio show, and there were two guys originally. They ran on the boys track team in the winter, summer. Or in the spring, and because Connecticut, you could transition. So then they ran against the girls later on, and they kicked their ass. But they were allowed to take performance-enhancing drugs. They were allowed to take hormones, because if you're transitioning, motherfucker, that's not transitioning, that's doping.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to transition to a woman. Well, I'm trying to transition to a star linebacker. If I was Barry Bonds, I'd change my name to Bonita and get my titles back.
Right.
There's a Loretta Conseco out here for you. That's hilarious to me and true. And fuck you if you don't think it is.
Yeah.
Find somebody that makes you feel better about what you do. I don't think that it's my job to tell you what you think of you. It's my job to tell you what I think of you.